Hello, my name is Doug Hayjack, and I'm the Crime Prevention Officer at the Arlington Heights Police Department. Welcome to the Village of Arlington Heights Residential Burglary Prevention Public Service Announcement. This PSA is brought to you by the Village of Arlington Heights with the help of Lorelle Video, Arlington Heights Public Works, Arlington Heights Police Department, Crime Stoppers of Arlington Heights, and Lowe's Home Improvement Store. We were also helped by several residents who allowed us to use their homes during the filming. What is residential burglary? First, the definition. Under Illinois law, a person commits a residential burglary if they knowingly and without authority enter, or knowingly and without authority remain within the dwelling place of another, or any part thereof, with the intent to commit a felony or theft. Based upon the definition, this is a crime against property. Or is it really? Or is it a personal violation of someone's home? Think about how you would feel if someone was inside your home looking through your property and taking whatever they want. The burglar does not care if something is irreplaceable or priceless to you. We are going to make numerous recommendations based upon CPTED, or Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design principles. These principles cover lighting, landscaping, natural surveillance and sightlines, physical barriers, and property protection. Understand, there are no guarantees. If you follow the recommendations, your home will be better protected. But if a burglar really wants in, they will make it happen. We cannot always keep criminals out of our neighborhoods, so the ultimate goal is for the burglar to look at your home and decide to walk away without even attempting to break in. Many people love a well-landscaped yard. Too much or overgrown landscaping can be an invitation for a burglar. They don't want to be seen and will look for a place to hide. We look at bushes and trees to make sure there are adequate sight lines. Keeping trees pruned 6 feet up and shrubs at least 3 feet down is recommended. Here is an example of what burglars are looking for. See how easy it is for the criminal to hide his activities? It doesn't have to be dark out for overgrown landscaping to work. If you notice, a burglar can check your windows, window wells, doors, and the whole exterior of the home without being seen clearly. He can work on your door or locks and nobody would know. Even during the middle of the day, the officer pretending to be a burglar is nearly invisible from the neighbor's house. Overgrown landscaping can create ambush locations if the criminal is more interested in attacking a person walking down the sidewalk. The target might be your purse or wallet. If we don't take care of our own property, we may be putting our neighbors at risk. Now look at the difference. With the landscaping trimmed down, the same offender can be seen looking into the windows. The offender may decide to break into another home. How easy is it to see the offender in the upper video compared with the lower one? Improved landscaping makes a difference 24 hours a day. This is an example of how natural surveillance is improved at night with better landscaping and lighting. We can see how much easier it is for a police officer responding to a suspicious person call or alarm activation to see the offender. Landscaping can even block out the address. In this case, it would be very difficult for any emergency responder to know what the address is, especially with the home being on a corner lot. When we conduct a home security survey, the first thing we look at is your address. It needs to be clearly visible from the street, so first responders know exactly where to go. In an emergency, seconds count. Homeowners need to pay close attention to all the exterior doors when securing their residence. The front door is the most common entry point for burglars. Most people think burglars look to break in a back door or window. What does an overfilled mailbox tell the burglar? Isn't it obvious? The burglar may knock on the door or ring the bell to make sure nobody's home before breaking in. If someone is home and answers the door, the burglar is most likely going to apologize and say he has the wrong home. Burglars don't want to be identified and are not looking to hurt anybody. He or she will leave and hope the resident doesn't think anything more about it. If he gets no answer, then he will go ahead and break in. Remember, if a burglar wants to get in, he will find a way. We want to make it more difficult to get in. Or better yet, we want the criminal to decide not to even try. Now back to the front door. Many homes have solid wood doors and strong locks. Unfortunately, those things are worthless without strong hardware. Before being demolished, an Arlington Heights resident allowed us to break into his home in various ways for this PSA. An officer defeated the front door with one kick. We used the same shattered door frame, the now bent strike plate, but installed 3-inch screws. You might be surprised to find 3/4 of an inch screws, which means only a small amount of the door frame is protecting your home. Change those to 3-inch screws or screws long enough to enter the 2x4s making up the house frame, and the door will be more secure. The same officer tried to kick in the door again, but this time it took 7 kicks. A person at the front door is not suspicious, and nobody might see or hear the single kick. Again, that same person kicking the door 7 times, no doubt suspicious. There will be applications where 3-inch screws are too long, then adjust accordingly. The longer screws should be used in all the exterior doors if applicable. Special attention should be given to the exterior access door to the garage, which is often ignored by the homeowner. The same attention should be given to the door from your garage to the interior of your home. While burglars do break in windows, they would rather not because of the noise it makes. It draws too much attention. Sliding glass doors are another access point we can strengthen. It took the officer seconds to pry the sliding glass door open on the house we borrowed. Adding an anti-slide device, auxiliary locks, and screws in the upper tracks are some of the ways to delay the criminal. The anti-slide device put in the lower track can be anything from a piece of conduit to an old pool cue. It is best to have this type of security feature visible from the outside. It might be enough to make the criminal decide another home would be an easier target. They make anti-slide devices which you permanently install with a bar you raise or lower. Sometimes the sliding section of a door is on the outside track. Additional locks which go into the upper and lower frames can be installed to prevent the door from being opened even if the main lock is defeated. Windows can be secured similarly to your sliding glass door. Anti-slide devices, window pinning, auxiliary locks are all effective. The main problem with windows is we leave them unlocked or open. Some people like to leave windows open while they're asleep. There are ways to lock an open window in place. We do have to take into consideration there are several types of windows. Double hung, side sliding, and hand cranked are the most common. There are ways to secure all types. Removing the crank handles will force the burglar to climb through a more narrow gap and shards of glass. Placing a dowel rod on the track of a side sliding window will work just like an anti-slide device on a sliding glass door. One aspect of security often overlooked are window wells and ground level basement windows. Most homes have one larger window well which can be used as a fire escape. While we don't want to permanently lock the windows and well covers, we can prevent a burglar from getting in and still allow us to escape. They make auxiliary locks for window well covers. The sliding window in the well can be secured by placing a bar in the lower track like a sliding glass patio door. There are times when we make it way too easy for the criminal. Leaving our doors unlocked or our garages open is like inviting the thief into your home. It takes seconds for that teenager to walk into the garage and take a bicycle or alcohol from the refrigerator. You might even find a cheaper bike was left in the place of your nice new one. Criminals are looking for this type of opportunity. Leave your snow thrower or lawnmower in the front yard while you do some landscaping in the rear yard. Don't be surprised if it's gone when you return. These types of crimes are 100% avoidable, just like leaving valuables in plain view inside your vehicle. Burglars are always looking for the easiest target. They want to get in and out fast. A burglar can finish the job in just minutes. The two main reasons it happens so fast is poor physical security and we keep our valuables in predictable locations. How many of us keep things like jewelry, watches, and family heirlooms in the master bedroom, in the top drawer of the dresser, or on the bathroom counter? I'm guessing most of us. Be creative when storing your good stuff. And they will check other rooms. A burglar will even use a pillowcase off your own bed to carry the loot. We don't see too many burglars taking large TVs. It is not necessarily suspicious to see a subject in a jacket walking on the sidewalk or between yards, but if that same person is carrying a large TV, I think you get the idea. They really don't know what you have inside your home unless you keep valuables in plain view. While most burglaries occur during the day, when we're all at work, school, or shopping, lighting is still very important. A well-lit house is not as inviting to a criminal. I recommend you keep all your exterior lights on all night long. You can see just how important lighting is during this time-lapse video. If you were a burglar, which home would you choose? On my own home, all of my exterior lights have dusk till dawn light sensors built in the bulbs or have separate light sensor bases. When it gets dark, they turn on automatically, and when it gets light, they turn off. Some fixtures have built-in sensors, or you can buy individual light sensing bases for individual bulbs. You can also connect your exterior lights to a timer. If you don't already use timers, wiring all the lights could be costly. The individual bases may be more cost-effective, and using compact fluorescent or LED lighting will keep down the electrical costs. A well-lit home will also allow neighbors, pedestrians, and drivers to see your property and call 911 if they see someone suspicious. Having lights which automatically turn on and off will also be working while you're on vacation. It is also a benefit to have them on if you get home late. Many people have motion lights at the rear or side of their homes. Most of these fixtures keep the lights off until an object moves past the sensor, which turns them on. Here's the problem. You just let a criminal come all the way onto your property before trying to scare them off. They do make fixtures which allow the lights to be on with less power, and when something triggers the sensor, they come on full power. You also need to realize if a fixture is low enough to reach, the offender only has to stop by in the daytime to unscrew the bulbs and then wait till darkness. Make sure the fixture is high enough and has protective covers. If you have fences with gates, make sure they are closed and locked. Again, if a person is opening the gate and walking in the backyard, it could look suspicious. If the same person is forced to jump the fence, they are definitely suspicious. All outbuildings, like pool houses or sheds, should be securely locked and well lit. If you have a safe, make sure you bolt it to the wall or floor and keep it in a location not easily seen. It is better to get a safety deposit box to store your not often used valuables. It is recommended to take a video of all your property in case something is stolen or lost in a fire. This may be the only way to prove to the insurance company you own the items. Additionally, it is a good idea to take pictures of your valuables, which can be given to the officers who respond to your home for a burglary report. It is often difficult to describe something, and the picture can be used to identify your property if it is recovered. When on vacation, it is important to make your homes look occupied and be creative. Don't just have lights on timers, but also have a radio come on in the afternoon, making it sound like you stopped home for lunch. If your TV has a timer feature, you can have it turn on at night for a few hours. It makes it look like you were watching TV in bed. Some people ask if they should close all their drapes while they're gone on vacation. Who keeps all their drapes closed for a week while they're at home? It will tip off the burglar if they see everything the same for a long period of time. Just don't keep a lot of valuables in plain view. Get to know your neighbors and have them keep an eye on your home. Have them pick up your newspaper and mail. Have them park one of their vehicles in your driveway. Make sure someone is shoveling your snow and mowing your lawn. When people go on vacation, they are usually very excited. Don't share too much information with the taxi or limo driver. They may already know you are leaving because they are taking you to the airport and picking you up when you return. Nothing says you can't use some misinformation about who might be staying at or watching your home. Again, be creative. And think before you post your travel plans on social media. The wrong person may see you will be gone for a week and take advantage of that information. If a single resident creates an unwelcoming environment for a burglar, they will go to another home. If a single neighborhood creates an unwelcoming environment, they will move on to another neighborhood. If all the residents and neighborhoods band together, those burglars will have to leave Arlington Heights to find unwary victims. The Village of Arlington Heights hopes you will consider implementing some, if not all, of the recommendations discussed in this public service announcement. Thank you very much.